And then all of a sudden what happens is this will become a habit. Imagine if you accomplished 10 great things before 10 a.m. tomorrow. What would happen to your business? Would it be better? Absolutely.
Hello, everybody.
And try it. And
you're watching video from like 15 years ago. How cool is that, huh? Let me shut that video down for a little bit and we'll get live here. Welcome to the Bill Walsh live show. I'm glad you guys could jump on tonight. Hopefully you get some good feedback, some good ideas, some things you can use for your business. We have some really amazing guests on tonight that are going to talk to you about leadership and mindset and money. And of course, really about an amazing cause that I'm so empowered to be a part of called Onward 365. For the first time ever, we're launching a site that will really bring to the marketplace to help anyone you know or you are that's physically challenged, mentally challenged, had any kind of challenge whatsoever in life and feel like you've kind of been left behind. So we've got a lot to cover tonight, but I want to kind of dive into a few things before we jump in tonight. You know, number one, thank you for plugging in. These are always recorded for you so you'll be able to get some of this information. But I want to talk about positioning. And positioning is a big word right now because you're going to be talking about innovate, or pivot or do all these things, right? But positioning is a bit different. Positioning is understanding what path do you plan to take over the next 3 to 5 years to win big. And I want to hit this home tonight because I don't think people realize how important positioning is right now. But I'm going to tell you that positioning is without a doubt one of the biggest things you can do today, not next week, not next month, but today, to really understand how to make money on what's coming. And you might say, well, I don't really know what's coming. Well, yes, you do. You know, but if you can work on positioning and figuring out where do you fit in the overall big picture of your industry, where do you fit in the overall big picture of your business? How do you see yourself if you were to be in the car business or in any business, you lined up against every one of your competitors or every other salesperson on the lot, and you had to pick tonight. You only had one choice. You had to pick an animal from the animal kingdom. Who would you be? It's a really funny test because, we think we know, but unless we're positioned properly, unless we understand our positioning, we're going to live somebody else's choice. And that's not acceptable. Positioning is really how do you see yourself in the light of the market that we're in, and where do you see yourself going? If you're plugging in for the first time, please go get a copy of my book. Just type in the word obvious on your phone, send to 26786. You get a copy of that. But tonight is more of a live broadcasting session where we just ask some fun questions, bring on some really stellar individuals. One, her name is Mary Jo Hilliker. She's a mindset specialist. She's a genius. She's already had tremendous success. Been honored to have her on our stages now for a couple of years, speaking all over the country, help people with those big breakthroughs. And I'm going to challenge her tonight on the concept of positioning and how do you see yourself? If you looked in the mirror and you had to pick one animal from the animal kingdom against every competitor you have, are you the squirrel trying to get a nut? Or are you the lion? Are you the lion that actually just owns the kingdom? And this is important because every day you wake up, if you don't understand your positioning, you're either going to run fast enough to live or run fast enough to eat. So that's what most people don't understand about positioning, is that in the animal kingdom, every day some animals wake up and they got to run fast enough to stay alive. And other animals, they wake up and they got to run fast enough to eat. And if they don't, well, they don't make it. Neither one. So you need to challenge yourself today in your industry. How would you position yourself? How would you see yourself over the next 1 to 3 years? What's up, Bill Walsh? Hey, thanks, Facebook user. It doesn't show your name, Facebook user. Type your name in there. Hi, Alexa. How are you? Michael, good to have you on. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for plugging in. Do a watch party, you guys, if you would. Albert Corey's in the house. You're going to hear from Albert Corey tonight. This is a guy that makes millions of dollars per year and is a genius at free marketing. He really understands how to get great free marketing. And we're going to talk to him about positioning. How do you make sure that your taxes are right? How do you make sure your structure is right? How do you make sure your marketing is right? And we're honored to have Greg Kirk on tonight, a business partner of mine, an associate, new on our national tour. but very seasoned, almost 20 years in business, wild success, plenty of failures too, an amazing life story. But I promise you his positioning is that he owns the space he's in. There is no left or right. He owns it. I spent a lot of time with my good friend John Asseroff, right? He owns his space. So positioning today on social media, if you put doubt or question or fear out there, you become doubt, question, and fear. You just don't know it yet. You don't know it that you're becoming the one being chased. When in reality, I need you to position as best in class. I need you to focus on only being in the top 10 of your niche. There is no other place to be. Top 10 is where all the money's at. Top 10 is where all the action's at. Dean, good to have you on. Hope you can hear me now. Sorry I couldn't. Yeah, we definitely keep it real on this show. I will tell you this, everybody. It's still a great time to be frugal. Be as frugal as you can. Cut all your expenses. Minimize everything. And put it in your marketing. Put it in your positioning for you, your brand, your story, your new membership sites, your offers, your digital offers. You know, I ran into a friend of mine, top-rated radio show host here in Chicago, and we started talking about StreamYard and new tools you can use, and Mingle to get your free website set up today, mingle.no. And we talked about how you can stream this stuff. Next thing you know, I had a table of people coming over where we're at, and we got in trouble because we had too many by the table, because I was just giving some tips about how to get your message to market. See, positioning is also message to market. It's not fake it till you make it. You understand? It's not about that. It's about earn while you learn. And you got to earn while you learn every day, which means you've got to hit the market every day running with good content, with great value. And your value that nobody hears about is a waste of time. So please pick up the phone and call all your old customers. Here's a simple rule on positioning tonight. Pick up the phone tomorrow, call 100 customers yourself. Don't delegate this. Don't pass it to somebody else. You send out the text, you make the phone calls. If you'll just send out the text and you'll make the phone calls, you'll wind up with new business. You will get new business tomorrow, I promise you. Because all those customers are there, they're waiting for you to call. You don't think so. You think, oh no, they're nervous, things are bad. Do you understand for some people right now, they've made more money in the last 90 days than they did the whole 2 years before. Friends of mine, a billionaire, he said the last 6 months, last 4 months actually, have been the best 4 months of his life. Imagine that. Best 4 months financially of his life. So don't keep thinking that everyone is in trouble, right? I know other people that got PPP loans and they're in different businesses where those businesses are scaling. They're not slowing down. And yes, they kept all their employees. But more importantly, they were positioned to win. You've got to figure out the next 3 years, are you positioned to win or positioned to watch? Which is it? Position to win or position to watch? It's your call. But it's how you see yourself and really how you position yourself that is going to wake up the people around you to play bigger, or they're going to start making you play small. You just don't know it yet. They're going to get in your head. We're going to have Mary Jo talk about how they get in your head and how they twist up your head. And the funny thing, that's what happens. We let people that do not deserve anywhere value of our time, and we let those individuals slow us down. You can't do it. You know, from this day forward, you have to understand that every minute has eternity wrapped up in it. Every minute has eternity wrapped up in it. So every second counts. You know, if you're going to have playtime, that's cool. You know, I took a few days and rested because I came to see my kids in Chicago. Some of the best 3 days I've had, right? Because I've been working around the clock. I've been putting 12, 14-hour days to position ourselves on top of the digital leaderboard. How do we move from the top 10 in the seminar world, live events, which some of these companies didn't even make, they didn't even survive. Some of the biggest companies in our industry are gone today, gone. We've already had our first events ready. June 1st, we had our first events in Vegas. As soon as the hotel gave us a green light, we went ahead. Because we positioned ourselves once again to get ahead of the curve. You either position yourself to be ahead of the curve, or you don't realize you've already positioned yourself behind the curve and you're watching. So I want you to vote tonight. 1, you're going to position to win. 2, you're going to position to watch. You want to position to win and put a 1 up in your comment box. Put a 1, simple 1. Because I'm telling you right now that if you don't position to win over the next 3 months, you're going to wonder what happens 6, 8 months from now. You're going to wonder how all of a sudden the market's dried up. But it starts with you being in touch with your top customers. I try to reach out to customers. There we go. Good. Michael got it. Facebook user. Who is Facebook user? What's your name? We can't see your name. It says Facebook user. You should Put your name in there somewhere. You're definitely getting positioned to watch if we don't know your name. We want to promote you up here tonight. And that's what this is about too. This is really an open line discussion about what works, what doesn't work. And it's okay if sometimes you have bad days. I have bad days too, everybody. I have days where it's like, damn, that didn't work. That didn't work. How come this technology, how come YouTube's not working well with Twitch? I don't get it. How come there's mistakes there? And all you can do is break through it. All you can do is work on it day in and day out. But positioning is everything, everybody, tonight. Put down once again where you're going to be in your industry. Are you going to start calling your best customers? They're waiting to hear from you. I try to text customers. I try to at least 5 or 10 customers per day that are some of my best customers. And the fun part about that is they're happy to hear from you. So please position yourself as a leader that's set up for the next generation, because you're going to kick some ass. But you got to believe you're going to kick some ass. You got to be ready for it. You got to cut all those expenses, put your money into some marketing, get some new digital cards, get some new parts of your story, launch some things, change some things if you have to, mix it up a little bit. You think it's easy out there to build a business? It's not easy, but it's possible. Les Brown said that. Go read some books. There's some great books out there right now. But I'll tell you what I like a lot. Make this a daily ritual. Go plug into YouTube and type in the name Jim Rohn, R-O-H-N, Jim Rohn. And just listen to 5 minutes of Jim Rohn a day. That's it. 10 minutes of Jim Rohn per day. I promise you, if you will change your attitude, you will absolutely change your latitude. You're like, oh, that sounds so freaking corny. Yeah, it is kind of corny, but it's real. Broke people have broke habits. They just do. They like to bitch, moan, whine, complain. You don't have any time for that. Your positioning has to be right now that you're 100% all in to create even more success in your business, even if it's tough. Sometimes those 14-hour days, I don't even realize the 14 hours have gone by because I'm so focused on what I'm doing. I'm so engaged in the game. Does that make sense, everybody? And I know you guys know what I'm talking about. I know the entrepreneurs on this call tonight, they know what I'm talking about because they've been there. They're paying the price. We're planning our first event July 16th in Tampa, Florida. We could probably only have about 500 there live in the breakout rooms, but we can have 20,000 on the streams. And we're doing $99 tickets on the VIP where you can actually, if you're going to be there, great. You also get 2 tickets for our Vegas event, and you get all the recordings. And you get coaching with the speakers, all the speakers. So the thing is, you've got to go on beyond the value that you ever had before because, yes, it's a new economy, but I want it to be your economy. And this is critically important you get this and get this super clear that you can't change the economy instantly, but if you'll change your personal economy, you can change the overall economy. I need you to work on, starting today, I'm going to work on my personal economy. I'm going to work on calling my best customers. I'm going to position myself to win. I'm going to position myself in the top 10 in my niche, and I'm not going to take shit from anybody. I'm going to put the work into it. I'm going to go to bed early sometimes, right? Go to bed late sometimes. Get up early because that's what it takes. 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. are some of the best hours in the day because on a global scale, you hit more markets and more people in those hours than any other time frame at all. 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. on the Pacific side. So understand that you've got a very specific niche and window to go after what you're going to do. But I want to bring on a special guest right away because we only have an hour for the show, and I don't want to miss any of these special guests that I have. But she's a dynamo. She's brilliant. Someone I 100% believe in, have nothing but faith in. I've watched her go from just kind of starting out, and she's already been speaking for a long time, built successful businesses. But I watched her take a position, and I want you to write this down. When she speaks, she is disconnected from the outcome. When she speaks and sells from stage, she's a platinum grad, Rainmaker grad, one of our founders, invested in our business, helped open our centers. But when she speaks from the stage to sell, she's disconnected from the outcome, which means she knows she can help the people, and it's either up to them to make the choice. If not, her life's not going to change. So let's bring on Mary Jo Hilliker is in the house. Let me see if I can get this to work. Hang on a second.
There she is.
Mary Jo, how are you?
Well, let me see if I can get in the screen.
There you go. Now you're speaking purple.
Better. Nice color. I like
tonight,
it.
as you can tell, I like the blue. Power team's in the house. Albert, you better get some blue on, brother, because now we got blue going strong. Greg? So, Mary Jo, quickly, take a couple of minutes and share a bit of your story, but also talk the power of what it means to have a brilliant mindset to win. I would love for you to share some of that stuff.
Sure. Background lawyer by profession.
I can't hear you again.
Oh, no. What is?
Now I can hear you. Go ahead.
Can you hear me now? Good.
Now I can hear you.
All right, great. Yeah. Anyway,
You're kind of coming in and out, so it must be something with your microphone.
Is it? Is it better?
Now you're okay. Keep talking.
Just stay here. Okay, we'll stay here. Try to keep control of it here. Anyway, background.
It almost looks like your lips are moving, but we can't hear what you're saying all the time. It looks like one of those crazy movies.
Really? It's shifting in and out? I tested everything before we started to make sure.
Now you're okay.
Now I'm okay. Okay. Well, maybe.
I can hear you now. Keep going. I'll let you go.
Good. So a little bit of background, you said. Let me just tell you, lawyer by profession, bought and sold a number of businesses, started a health business because of my dad. Then I ended up midway through my life, I kind of saw some things that were holding me back. I wasn't sure why. And so I did some self-development work, and that totally changed my life. And I just love it so much that now I'm in a give back mode. I have my own charity. I started it about 15 years ago, and I do a lot of mission work, and I give. Contribution's my number one core value. But a couple of years ago, I decided I want to give back and help people bust through their limiting beliefs. Because as Napoleon Hill said, if you don't control your mind, you're most assuredly not going to control anything. And how brilliant was that statement? Because it's absolutely dead on right. So it's about how we get programmed throughout our lives. We, grow up in a family and we get programmed by our parents, by our family, by our environment, by what people tell us, by our emotional responses to things. And all of a sudden we wonder why life's not working out. Well, it's because you've allowed that programming to exist, most of which you don't know. In other words, almost every single thing, as many degrees as I had, and I always laugh, I say more than a thermometer, I still didn't know what was holding me back. I had no idea. And the discovery work I did going through the mindset mastery classes I took back in my 30s, early 40s, totally changed my life. And so I love to contribute to people to help them bust through what they don't know. And I just started a class about 1.5 years ago with Bill, and that was Kryptonite Breakthrough. I give everybody 100% money back guarantee with my courses, because it's not about me making money. It's about helping you make a huge difference in your life and living the life of your dreams and the success you deserve to have. And then even during the coronavirus, I broke out my first advanced course, which is Living Your Empowered Life. We're just going through the tail end of that. And now Bill says, always keep in motion. So always get ready. I now have my super advanced class that's really one-on-one for 8 weeks, where it's really crazy. It's about taking every goal you have and putting it into action. And the class is called Mastery of Courage and Discipline. So we're just kicking that off next month. So we're excited about that as well. So a lot of fun, love it, love to impact lives in as many ways as I can, but setting people free from the mindset restrictions they have, Bill, is so critical, because if you get stuck there, you're stuck across the board.
What are some great tips you recommend that people could do right now? If you had to give 3 concrete things people could do right now to keep their mindset elevated, keep themselves in the game, and not get distracted.
Great. Well, one would be, don't allow the environment to capture you. You capture the environment. In other words, when things that happen outside our control, like the coronavirus, take for instance, everybody goes out there and they go, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? And we go into panic and fear. That's not controlling your mind. Controlling your mind would be something like my attitude towards it was, wow, how can I help solve people's problems? So I have a health business, and that business is up 45%. I just started really promoting the health business, and it just captured everybody's interest, right? Because I could solve some problems out there. I also started looking at the stock market, recognizing that that's one of the greatest opportunities we're going to have when things go bad and go haywire. So I started investing in the stock market, like buying one of Bill's favorite airlines, Spirit Airlines. I knew you'd enjoy that, Bill.
Hey, they've always been one of the most profitable airlines.
Of course.
I mean, the difference, I bought American because I flew American a lot, and I figured this may be one way to get some of my money back. And, it was actually pretty good. It was like $9 a share or 10. Then it went to like 12. And then Warren Buffett said it's terrible. And it went back to 9. So I got a little more. And then it got crazy and went to 20. So
I get it.
We have to travel. So it's going to come back.
Well, and that's what happened with Spirit with me. I bought it. I bought it at 6. It went to 26. So just do the calculation. That's a 400%.
Well, how come you never called me on Spirit? What's up? Where's this? Where's the love?
You're the one that said, "What the heck are you doing flying Spirit?"
No, not when it was $6. I said, why are you? I didn't know. You can buy it. I said, why are you flying it?
Yeah, I got it.
I was concerned when you didn't make your flight to Vegas that one time. Like, that's not good.
Oh no,
okay.
But
it's all
really
good. Keep going. You're doing great.
Yeah, mental attitude. It's about how you don't let the world around you control your attitude towards things. So it's really about really stepping into it, and that's all about mind control too. And it's about really looking at when you start saying to yourself, "Well, I can't do it. Oh my gosh, what's going to happen?" Change your language. Your languaging controls your life. So if you say, "I can't do it," guess what? You're going to be right. But if you say, "I can do it," guess what? You're also going to be right. We don't understand how powerful our languaging is in our lives. We need to change our language, come from positive, come from directed, come from anything possible. And watch the difference that you create in your life. It'll be mind-boggling. And probably my third comment I'd make to you, just a little helpful right now, is hang out with the right kind of people. If you keep hanging out with people that don't go anywhere and negative thinkers and people that are stuck, you're going to stay stuck. You want to find people that are really going forward, people that are better than you, people that are more brilliant than you, people that have a lot of things going on. And you know what? It's amazing how many of those people really love to lift other people up. I love it in my life. I love to find people I can help, encourage, and make them be bigger thinkers because they're thinking too small. There's so many really successful people out there that love mentoring others. And they'll mentor you for basically nothing. You just go and see if you can find something you can do for them. And they'll say, wow, and they get to know them and tap into their brain. And all of a sudden you're surrounding yourself with successful people and you're going to become successful. And that doesn't mean get rid of all your friends you have now. Just start weighing, where am I spending my time? Time is your only limited asset. Don't waste it. Spend it like you spend your money in the most prolific ways to create terrific results.
I like it. So I know you always have a cool giveaway. How can they text in to get some information about you?
Oh, super. In fact, tonight I'm willing to give a free consult with people. I love consulting with people, opening their minds up to their possibilities, right? It's a joy to me. If you text the word purpose, which is perfect for me, PURPOSE, text purpose to 26786, and you'll get a free consult with Mary Jo. So we'll just book you into a free consult and we'll start you on that path.
So what else do you think entrepreneurs can do to really break through in their own business? Let's say they already have a business. What are you telling them to do to be able to grow the current business they have during these times?
It's called get creative, just like I'm doing. I mean, I'm doing things that I never did before. I'm starting to do blogs and sending out call to actions and just hammering. I'm in the midst of a Facebook ad course that I'm putting a lot of time and energy behind to get Facebook ads out there and really boost up my social media marketing. There are a lot of activities you can be involved in. And in fact, especially when you're stay at home, you have all the opportunities to take advantage of all these other marketing techniques that maybe you just thought about at some time. Now's the time to implement. It's time to get out there, get smart, apply your time and energy towards things that are going to produce results in your life instead of watching television and moping. Look at your day. Evaluate every hour, every minute of your day. And watch out for the difference you'll create in your life when you start being efficient with your time, which is your only limited asset.
What about some books you recommend? You got any books you love right now? People should read?
Gosh, I love so many books, Bill. You know, I read 2 to 3 books every single month. I'm ravenous eater of books, right? One of the ones I'm working on right now, I already read through it and outlined it and everything else. It's called Unstoppable Confidence by Andrew Leadham. It is unbelievable. In fact, I got so excited about him. I have him now doing a course on Facebook Live. And it's just incredible because what is confidence? How do we have confidence? It's about mindset, right? And you're at choice about whether you want to have confidence or not. People go, oh, Mary Jo, but confidence comes only when you're successful. I said, then no one who's ever become confident, who's ever been successful was confident that they were going to be successful, right? I mean, it makes no sense. The cart didn't come before the horse. Every single time I take on something new, I have unlimited confidence that I can make it happen. Am I always right about that? No, but it never robs from me my confidence. I always look at whenever I have something that happens to me and it doesn't work out, something fails or it doesn't quite work out the way I wanted to. I just say, you know what? I just learned another lesson. That's one more way that it's not going to work. So it's one less way I have to try again, right? It's like you're just crossing off ways that doesn't work instead of looking at yourself as some kind of failure.
Isn't that a lot what Edison talked about? He didn't have 10,000 failures. He had 10,000 learning experiences.
Right. And you know who else? One of your favorites, Bill, Michael Jordan.
Of course.
And he missed 16,000 shots or something.
Crazy. Yeah, some crazy number.
I know.
And he took 25 game-winning shots and missed them or something.
Yeah.
But the thing is that I believe is what identifies a champion.
Yeah.
Tell me a couple of skill sets you believe champions have to step into to really play at the top of their game.
It's your commitment level. It's like an undying commitment that you're not going to allow other things around you to impact you. You're going to live by your, this is my commitment. I'm going to make this happen and just go out and do it and be staunch with it. Surround yourself with the right people and just make it happen. Don't waffle and waver and all of that.
Yeah.
It's so critical because so many of us, the minute something doesn't go right, we start questioning whether, oh, maybe I shouldn't do it, or maybe this isn't for me, or I don't have the skill set. You're just listening to garbage. That's where the mindset's so critical.
Don't you think though that, unless you can turn off the negative news, it's hard to escape it.
Oh.
Because, everything you see on TV, they've made TV that the only way TV makes any money is through negative press.
Right.
You try to report on good stories and nobody watches. You tell someone you're going to start yourself on fire in the middle of Times Square, and boy, they'll all come to watch you burn.
Yeah, it's very sad. Our television, our reporting is all so negative, and that's why I stay away from it, because it's negative. But I also, when I hear about it, it's important to stay on top of what's happening in our country and in our world. Right. I totally am involved in that. But here's the mindset again. When you control your mind, that kind of news doesn't rob you of joy and happiness and what you can still create unless you allow it. So it's once again, it's about mindset. You can hear all the bad news in the world, and I just sit back and go, well, they're not going to capture my attitude, right?
Yeah, and I think that's the thing too, is that people they love to rain on your parade. They love to tell you that you can't do something. The more people tell me I can't do something, it's just like fuel on the fire. I'm like, bring it on. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I love working with you, because you always have the positive attitude. You always put the work into it. Most people don't realize that behind the scenes, Mary Jo puts the work into her presentations, her message, her story, and she cares.
I do.
If you don't care about what you do, you better find something you do care about, because if not, you're never going to have massive success.
Right.
I realize that today, if you're going to have massive success in anything you do, you better have some love for what you do and the love for your customers you serve, or it's really hard to make it to the top.
Right.
Okay. Any last minute comments you want to share? I got your text purpose up there, and this has been 15 incredible minutes of great content. My good friend Larry Raskin's on. Hey, Larry, if you will, I'm going to send you a quick text. I want you to jump into the stream and say hello for a minute. I see my friend Larry Raskin for a long time is on the stream here somewhere. But if you wouldn't mind, Mary Jo, if you could just give us some last words of wisdom, I would love that. And then I'll come right back to the stream. This is fun, everybody. Hope you guys are enjoying this. Please do me a favor and put your watch parties on and text some people to help them jump on.
Well, here, I'll just give you one last bit of comfort during this time period. If you're feeling down in the dumps, or you're just negative, or you don't know where you're going, or this is so uncertain times for you, go out there and give. Find some areas where you can be of contribution. Go to, shelters, food shelters, go to your churches, go to all these different organizations that are making a difference in people's lives who really are downtrodden, and just jump in and contribute for a day or 2 or 3 or whatever time element you can do it. And you will come away from that exhilarant, because you will feel so ecstatic that you could make a difference in somebody's lives. And there are so many people out there today that are so desperate. And if you can go and make a difference in their lives, you can touch one life at a time. And that's really what this world is about. It's touch one life at a time. And people go, well, Mary Jo, but I want to make impact on thousands. Well, how do you make impact on thousands? One life at a time.
You know who said that, Mary Jo? Her name was Mother Teresa.
Yeah, that's right.
She said that I can't change a nation, but I can change one person at a time. If I can change one person at a time, I can change the nation.
Amen.
I love you. Thanks for plugging in. You're always the best. Let me bring out somebody special I want you to introduce you to. He's actually a new business partner of mine from Michigan. He's a brilliant guy that really understands give back, pay it forward, make a difference. He has served hundreds of thousands of people with his message, his story. And of course, now we're launching something together to help everyone on the planet that's ever had a physical challenge, a mental challenge, a major accident, something happened to them that just changed your life dramatically. And we're launching a new website to help them with that and give them great free tools and resources, as well as access to some of the top professionals in the world, help them get some help. Let me see if I can bring on Greg Kirk as well. Hang on a second. Hey, Greg, how are you, brother?
Good. How are you doing, Bill?
I want to say hello to Mary Jo Hilliker. I know you guys will spend some more time together in the future.
Hey, Greg. Nice to meet you.
Hi. How are you, Mary Jo?
I'm terrific. As I say, it's just a choice, so choose it.
I love listening to you. I learned a lot just from that 15 minutes. I appreciate it.
You bet.
She's a rock star and a genius, as are you. So, Mary Jo, I'll let you go. I'll put you back.
Okay. I look forward to spending some more time with you. All right.
Let me pull into the stream. Greg, how are you, brother?
Good, Bill. Thank you very much.
Happy Sunday, buddy. How are you?
Good. Yeah, I'm doing great. I'm actually on my boat right now. So
perfect. I like that, man. I like that you can be on your boat and be on the call. So it's cool. Very powerful. So just share with everybody a bit of your background, a bit of your story. Love to hear some of the things you're working on. Tell us about Onward 365. What are you doing with this new project, and what's it all about?
Sure. So a bit of my background is, like Bill said, I've been a business owner for about 15 years. Working in the healthcare industry, and I own a company right now called Onward Therapy Services. And now Bill and I are working on a project together called Onward 365. And really, I'm just so passionate about this project because we're hoping to just bring help to people that have been injured or ill across the world to a website, which is onward365.com. And really, it's a one-stop shop website where people can get all sorts of resources, whether it be need for their health care. They can talk to nurses, physicians, other medical providers there. If they want opportunities, trying to find a job, we can try to help them with that. If they have dreams of becoming an entrepreneur, so many of the individuals that I work with that are injured want to be entrepreneurs, and they have the talent and they have the mindset to do that. I just think that they might lack the confidence a little bit and the resources. So we want to try to give them both of that. We want to try to help coach them and guide them and build their confidence, as well as provide them the resources and the tools that they need to move themselves forward and become entrepreneurs. So that's really what we're working on right now. And if anybody listening to this call knows somebody who's injured or ill, please, let them know that this resource is available at onward365.com, and we are more than happy to help them.
Can you tell us why this is so important for you to launch this project and speak about it? And, I know this is a passion project for you. I know you do coaching on leadership and business breakthroughs and help you really understand the process to win in business, because you built some really successful companies in your own. But why is this so important for you to launch this project to make a difference for all these individuals?
This is kind of a way that I can pay it forward. As Mary Jo said just last session, get involved with things that, pay it forward. and that help the greater cause. And that's what I'm trying to do. And kind of how I stumbled upon this is when I was working with all these patients over the past 15 years, I noticed that their physical rehabilitation was important to them, but the vast majority of them wanted so much more than that. They wanted to be normal. They wanted to move their life forward after their injury or illness. And they just really didn't know how. They lacked, again, that confidence. They lacked that focus. They lacked the tools and the resources. And throughout the years of working with them, I just would listen and I'd find out what's important to them. And once I did, I started just making mental notes and writing it down and saying, this is, they want to be entrepreneurs. They want to be presenters and speakers. So, throughout those years, I just started compiling all of these resources. And then that's, even me, that's where the power of networking comes from. Is I met Bill Walsh down in Atlanta, and I flew down there for the Small Business Expo, and I just wanted to go and network and meet new people and try to expand my network and grow my pond of meeting other entrepreneurs. And I ran into Bill Walsh, and now he's a mentor of mine. Bill has more knowledge, than I ever will. But it's important to tie yourself in with people like that, because the more people like Bill Walsh, the more you're going to grow as an individual, as a person, as an entrepreneur. And now I'm partnering with Bill in this, and we're going to be able to help so many more people that are injured or ill and want to move forward with their life and really just want the same life that all of us want.
Your message is really spot on, and I just want to say how much I appreciate the work that you're doing with this, and we're excited to be a part of this. I believe that every entrepreneur in America needs to learn about how they can give back and make a difference. And so often, I think when someone is physically challenged, mentally challenged, things are going on, that they don't want to hand out at all. They want an elevation plan. They want someone that can treat them like an absolute 100%, as if they were totally 100%. That was wrong. I think, and then of course, to give them the resources and tools, let them do that, can really add so much power and strength in their life and hope. And that's the big thing that I see that you guys do, is that you not only provide the hope, you provide the action plan, you provide the people, you provide the resources, and then it comes down to that time, and if it takes them 6 months or 6 years to really be able to do that. And I know you have one story of one of the guys you told me about that is now wanting to speak and train. Maybe share a bit of his story. Don't need his name or anything, but just share a bit of his story of what he's went through and now how he's really turned that into something ultra positive.
Sure. And he actually has turned out to be a great friend of mine throughout the years. I first met him down at the hospital that I was working at as a patient, and I worked to help, in his recovery. And afterwards, he just would stay in touch with me. And he's got an entrepreneurial mind, and he loves business. And he's limited physically. He's a quadriplegic, so he can't move from his shoulders down. But he doesn't let that stop his mindset. So he's an avid reader. He has presented. He's written a book, so he's an author. So he has a ton of knowledge, and I've been encouraging him to get out there and share his wealth of knowledge. And so, and I'll kind of go back a little bit and let you know that he was a teenager when he's injured. Now he's in his 30s. And, just like any teenager does, some really foolish stuff. He was at a party and he was standing up playing that game where let me fall backwards and you catch me. And he did that. He fell backwards. Nobody was there to catch him, and he broke his neck. And he regrets that every single day of his life. But he doesn't let that stop him, and he's got an unbelievable mindset. And again, he wants to be a speaker. So I took him kind of under my wing, and I said, you know what, I'm going to help you do that. I'm going to help you accomplish that. And so I wanted him to meet Bill. I want him to be a part of Onward 365 because his story is so powerful. He has had a lot of challenges, obviously, lifelong condition. He knows that he will probably never walk again. He knows he's limited in a lot of physical aspect, but that's the one thing that he does not let slow him down is his cognitive ability and his mindset to be able to go forward and create a better life for himself. And I give him a lot of credit. So he used to live in Michigan. He has now moved to Phoenix, Arizona, and he wanted to do that, for himself and try to, live independently and, and start to kind of fulfill his quest on being an entrepreneur. And I salute him for that. And anybody listening on the call, I can tell you, and Seth is his name. He'll be the first person to tell you, if I can do it, anybody can do it. You just need that mindset, that confidence, and that passion. And if you have those three things, you're going to succeed.
What are a couple other great things that Onward 365 can do? Because I know we talked about being able to get great content, marketplace, entrepreneurial tools, but also they can get access to case management, I understand now. So we can actually connect them with someone that can help them with really specific questions of challenges they're going through. To be able to have a resource like that on hand is almost priceless for these individuals. Tell us how that would work.
Sure, Bill. So case management is absolutely priceless, and so many people don't know that that option is available to them. And you know what? It doesn't matter. It could be in any state. So if you know of somebody who's injured or is ill and just needs help and guidance through the medical journey, their medical journey, by finding the right rehabilitation professionals, finding the right surgeons, finding any of the right medical individuals, they can contact a case manager. Matter of fact, we have a case manager working with us on Onward 365. And if you sign up to become a member, you can have a consultation session with that case manager, and that case manager will listen to what your needs are and then be able to direct and help you with the care that you need. So that's why a case manager is so important. I work with them on a day-to-day basis every single week for the last 15 years. I've seen the type of changes that they can make in people's lives. It's unbelievable because I don't have the expertise in everything. Nobody does. A case manager really is the glue that really holds everything together. They have the relationships with the physicians. They have the relationships with the therapists. They have the relationships with the DME companies, and they're literally able to help piece back together an individual's life once they become injured or ill. And so many people that are out there that have never been sick, never been injured, and then all of a sudden got in an accident or became ill, they don't know how to navigate through that system. And that is why they would benefit greatly from a case manager. So again, if you know of anybody that needs that help, direct them to onward365.com and we can help them with that.
Pretty powerful stuff. Any last minute tips you want to share? Any wisdom?
Sure. I loved what Mary Jo had to say. Just just because I'm in healthcare and I own a rehabilitation company and we're working on Onward 365, I love entrepreneurship. And I encourage anybody that has that drive and has that passion to become an entrepreneur to go for it. I never considered myself an entrepreneur. I actually have an education background. I was a teacher years ago, and I never thought that that my life was going to be like this. And I absolutely love it. I wouldn't trade it for the world. And again, I never thought of myself as an entrepreneur, but I had the passion. I had the mindset. I met people to develop my confidence, and you just get it done. I always say, if you're passionate about something, if you have a product or service that can change the world, then all you need is the passion, and don't let it stop you. And so that would be my word of advice to you guys, is that if there's any of you that are just brand new to business or thinking about getting into business, do it. Start today. And the reason why I say that is because if you keep putting it off, you never know. Tomorrow's not a guarantee. So start today, and just, you won't have all the answers, but if you have enough passion, you'll figure it out along the way.
Love you, brother, man. Thanks for plugging in. Absolutely awesome as always.
Bill,
more information, Onward 365. Don't wait. Get connected with Greg and what they're working on, and get plugged in. If you know people, get them plugged in. It's all free right now. They get lots of great content. All right, man, I'm going to let you go, and I'll see you soon.
Okay, thanks, Bill.
Appreciate
Can't wait to
your hard work and your efforts. Let me see. I have a special guest tonight. I'm going to see if I can bring her on the stream. This is my girlfriend. Her name is Carla Corumbeo. She's amazing, and she does so much with work and health and fitness and just getting people off the couch and get them working out and get them to get in great shape. And let me see if I can bring her on the stream. We're trying. We'll see if it works. Hang on a second. Hi, honey. How are you? Can you speak up?
Hi, baby. I can
How
hear
are you doing? You
before.
look
Can
good.
you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Oh my God, look at me.
Can you
I'm
hear
so
me?
dark.
That's okay. So
What?
what's your secret for all these workouts? How do you keep these workouts going every day? How do you stay focused on
Oh,
that?
baby, I can't hear you. I'm sorry. I don't know what happened.
I can hear you. Can you hear me or no? Can you hear me or no?
Underwear. No. Hello?
I think we're having technical difficulties. Can you hear me or no? You can't hear me? No. All right. Let me just text you the question real quick. But it's really just about how do you keep the workouts every day? How do you keep up that momentum? I think we lost her there, but we'll try to get her on next week. It was fun to have her on. But literally, she works out every day, and she's very inspiring with this. And I'm going to have her put down some of these notes as to how she does this and stays in such great shape all the time. But let me do this. I want to take the call down to take the show down to. I see Eric Zuli's on. Hey, Eric. Hey, Christopher Wyman. Good to have you guys on. Alex Landino. Good to see you guys on. Frank Bilowitz, and of course my friend Larry Rask. I'm not sure where he went to. Bob Donnell. Love you guys. Ronald Cummings, great to be on. Lydia, of course. Al Harris, just going through one of the channels. Thanks, everybody. So let me actually bring on a good friend. We call him the tax man. He's a genius when it comes to the numbers. He serves about 10,000 customers a year, and really is just someone that is always about adding value. And he is a genius marketer when it comes to getting all free stuff. But it's also about owning the numbers. I'm going to talk to him about that tonight because if you don't know the numbers, you're out of business. And I'm going to have him touch on that tonight as well. But let me see if I can bring on Albert Corey. Albert, how are you?
Hey, guys. How you doing, Bill? I can see you in Chicago. And
I am. Yeah, I'm at my office in Chicago, and it's good to have you on. Always great to hear from you. But maybe you could just share a bit of your background and let everyone know just how qualified you are to help them with the numbers because you've been doing this for a long time. Hey, Kaya Redford, good to see you on too, and Debbie Davenport and Thomas Budick. Love you guys. Thanks for plugging in. Daniel Myers, always on the stream and always supporting the show. So good to have you on. Guys, we have this show every Sunday night. You want to be on the show, just send me a text. This is a no format show. Come and have some fun. Really is just about giving out some good stuff and adding some value. But Albert, tell us a bit of your story. How did you get so good at what you do?
Well, by doing experience. My name is Albert Corey. I have a real tax office in the Miami, Hialeah, Florida. We did over 30 this year. We did 3,900 returns so far. And remember, this was covert and all the other offices were closed, but we never closed. We were doing teletext, but basically we were doing tax returns by faxes while taxes were started. However, what I did is that we do all kinds of business, experience. Even in my life, I'm a business owner. We've had real estate. I have regular online and offline business. So I can relate to clients, but here's my story. When I started in 1985, I started working at H&R Block. And one day somebody comes up to the office and says, will you come do my tax return? The manager says, sure, no problem, $500. Well, I was only getting paid $4 an hour. Well, then I was off to the races. So what happened is I had to figure out how to get clients. And that's how I built my office. Because remember, in 1985, there's no internet, there's no cell phone, so you had to go figure it out. And along the ways, we went and started we figured out how everything's done. But how we've been helping businesses lately is most small businesses do not know the tax deductions to take. They don't know opening up the right corporation. Every day somebody comes in that they don't want to spend any money. So they find me through my YouTube channels. I'm on Facebook Lives all the time, and I'm going to go over that in a minute. That's how I built my business, where I'm out there explaining things. So what do? They go out and they think they're opening up a single member LLC. And then I'm saying to myself, and they come into my office to do the tax return, and they don't know what's going on. Oh, because somebody I read a blog. No, dude, go out and get somebody to help you do it. So they come in and they don't know what you're doing. And then they end up paying more money. Well, another thing I see a lot of my business clients do before they start working with me is you need an accountant for a bunch of reasons. We put money in your pocket. That's right. We put money in the pocket. You know, we're starting a new little business called the Entrepreneur Success Academy. And part of the things that my first project on YouTube about 4 or 5 years ago was how the IRS gives you a paycheck. That's right. The IRS will give you a paycheck. Well, how you get a paycheck is you're going to start putting money in your pocket. You're going to start saving money. Well, Albert, how do you know this? Because guess what, guys? The IRS has dates. Let's start off with the first thing. The IRS has dates. And most years, you know, your company tax return is due on March 15th, unless you do an extension. Do you know how many new clients come in to my office and they do the return? And because the average small business, you know, the people with under the clients I deal with most is 0 to 7 employees. And they think that the tax return is due on April 15th. No, guys, it's due. Your business tax return is due on March 15th unless you do an extension, which case it gives you time to do it. Then in normal years, you'll get to October 15th. But with covert, you didn't really have to do any extensions, and you'll have till July 15th to get the returns done. So what starts to happen is they file late, and the government smacks companies $200 a shareholder. Okay, so if you're an LLC, they're going to smack you $400 a month. Well, do the math. Another thing I get new clients coming in is they don't do their tax returns for 3 or 4 years. Well, guess what? You're starting to give the government extra money. Why? Because when you file late, you're going to have to give them money for filing late. Now, another hot way the IRS can put money in your pocket is make sure you send estimated payments, which that means is, you know, the government, you know, you're going to owe $2,000 because you did a little estimate, or you figured out from the year before, or you know you sold a house, you know you sold stock, you know you're starting to make some money. Okay, so you start sending money in. It's called estimated payments. You're going to start putting money in your pocket. Now, another thing I see clients do all the time.
Hey, Albert, I love you, buddy, but we only got about 7 minutes left, so we got to make this fast. I love all these tips, though. I want you to answer a question, though. Can people still file these PPP loans? Can they still get the money
up until the end of the month?
The end of the month. Okay, good.
A month. And guys, you know, let me tell you the secret on the PPPs. The smaller the bank you use, the easier it is. You start using Wells Fargo and all the big boys, they're going to make sure you have to have every dot. You go to your smallest credit union. I did one yesterday. The smallest credit union bill, they gave it to them in 10 minutes. You go to the big bank, they're still chasing you from the day you put the papers in.
It's crazy. Well, listen, I just tell you that you are definitely the man. Give us a couple of your free marketing tools. I know that you talk about this. We're launching an association site that talks about free marketing tools, how to use business cards. Give us a couple of really quick free marketing tools.
The one I would tell people you can use right now during the covert type stuff is you have the blueprint to increase your bottom line. And one of my blueprints is 5 minutes a day of marketing. You can go and start building your business. So what you do is you make a list and you write down 5 tips you can teach somebody. So you make a list of 5 things you can teach it. Now, in the beginning of the video, you go, hi, my name is, and this is what you do. Your 5 minutes you teach. Then at the end, you do a soft sell. If you have any questions or comments, please leave a comment below or hit me up on Messenger. Now, obviously, somebody leaves a comment, okay, or somebody puts you up on Messenger, you got to call them back. You then take that message on your cell phone. You then start to use programs like Movani and InShot. And guess what? On the phone, you just click a little button and boom, it goes to Facebook. Goes to Facebook Messenger, Instant Messenger, Twitter, YouTube. It goes to everything in 1 minute. And guess what, guys? What did it cost you? Free. Another thing you can go out and do is, my biggest thing is you got to go to do events. People say we're locked down. Sure. There's plenty of events you can do to online. There's plenty of, here, look at our buddy here, my mentor, my buddy Bill. All the big people, let me give you a little clue here. All the big people, every mentor in the world now has a bunch of free online classes. I would tell you to go start learning them. Go join the Facebook groups that you follow, that you can emulate, you go in there and you start to learn. It's free learning. I mean, that's how I built my business, through the power of free.
Hey, I know you got a gift you give away. What is your opt-in? What's your opt-in for?
My opt-in is 26786 Taxman.
So you got to text the word Taxman, and I'll put it here for everybody. Just text the word Taxman. And what do they get for that?
You get a bunch of cool things. You're going to get my 5-step blueprint right here, 5 simple steps to increase your revenue. You're also going to get a copy of the digital copy of my book, The Perception System, How I Built My Business. It's the PDF copy though, but you can also get a place to get the copy. And if you go on the place, you also get a free consultation.
You're the best, buddy. I love you, man. I got to let you go. We're right out of time to finish up the show. I got a couple last-minute comments, but great to have you on. As always, you always over-deliver, and I just want to say thanks for being the person.
Thank you, Bill, and we'll see each other soon and live.
See you real soon. See you July in Tampa, no doubt. Well, everybody, I hope you got a lot of good content in 60 minutes. We try to keep this right on the money. We started right around 6:02, and we done right around 7 o'clock. But I also want to tell you that we started tonight with positioning, the word positioning. And I need you to really take ownership of that word tonight and figure out, where do you see your brand in 3 years? Where do you see your business? Are you in the top 10 or the bottom 10? Are you out overproducing? Please, this week, right, make it a point to call. And if you can do it tomorrow, do it tomorrow. Call 100 of your best customers. Let them know you're thinking about them. Let them know you got some ideas. Let them know what's going on with their business. Because all they sometimes need is a phone call from you. Don't be lazy with the phone. You know, Jim Rohn said, don't be lazy with your marketing. I believe it. It's the same thing here. Don't allow people to dictate to you what your level of success will be. I'm watching people today that have nowhere near the talent of someone else, but because they're hungry and they're committed and they're on fire, they're killing all these big names. They're killing these people that you think are going to win because their commitment is way beyond anything you could ever expect from them. And I love to see champions that are born from those that learn, number one, to master the mundane, number two, to play way above their comfort level, because once you play way above your comfort level, you begin to realize that's where you're supposed to be in the first place. Anyway, I love you guys. Thanks for plugging in. Don't forget, if you want to get a copy of my book, there's nothing else we have tonight. Just do it right now. Just text the word obvious. Text obvious to 26786 for Bill's book. And I want to say also, keep working at your goals and dreams. Don't let someone else dictate your success. You know, right behind you, you can see something from John Wooden. It's pretty cool. It's his success pyramid. You've watched a lot of people copy this or create their own like this, but another great guy to study is John Wooden. You know, John Wooden was one of the winningest basketball coaches of all times. I think he won 10 of 11 NCAA championships with a process. And, you know, what I love about Greg Kirk, and he has a process. Mary Jo, she has a process. Albert, he has a process. He served 3,900 customers in 3 months. 3,900 customers. That's 1,300 customers a month. If you break that down to the days, I think that's, 40 customers a day. So begin to think once again, how many customers did you serve last week? What does he do different? Oh, if you're in Canada, I love my friends in Canada. You can also get it here. Just go to www.ipowerteam.com/VIP. So you can go there and get the same gift and also get a coaching session with one of our team members. There's some complimentary coaching for you guys. Go right there. It should go through. And, the last thoughts that I have for you tonight is that give it 100%. Don't let nobody rain on your parade. And don't let those negative people pull you down. You have to be the inspiration. You have to be the passion, the driver that it takes to win. And if you'll step way outside the comfort zone, I promise you this tonight, it's way outside the comfort zone that you will find all the happiness, fun, and joy you're looking for. And I wish you nothing but elevated success, and I will see you next week, same time, same place. Share this with your friends. Go watch it again if you got some good tips on there, and I appreciate all your comments and efforts and support. Good night, everybody. Have a great week. This broadcast is over. Talk to you real soon. Bye-bye for now.